All right, OTAs keep rolling. All right, I love what the Detroit Lions put out there. OT, yay! All right, so a couple things for you as you're watching this, putting this out on a Sunday morning, recording Saturday night. But a couple things for you coming off these OTAs. A couple players are standing out. A couple of unexpected players are standing out. Both of them are in the secondary. I absolutely love hearing that with a new defensive coordinator and a guy that is not a cornerback, former cornerback defensive coordinator like Aaron Glenn was, we have guys in the secondary that are actually stepping up and playing even better. Love hearing that. And then in the back half of this video, we're going to talk about an unexpected contract dispute and possible holdout that is going, one of which I am very worried about, one of which honestly not so much. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that. We'll get a few of those things going, but first let's talk about the two guys that are standing out. One of them is more exciting than the other. All right, the first one, this is SI. This is an SI article, and it's talking about Andis Raikstraw standing out in 7-on-7 drills. It is not easy for corners to stand out in 7-on-7. The advantage goes to the offense. All right, but you get to see skill on skill. It's a lot of fun. Following a quick 3rd and 20 drill, the first team offense was forced to punt. Lions squared off on 7-and-7. Goff threw interceptions on each of his first two passes, with Kirby Joseph breaking up the first one intended for Raymond and Maurice Norris, incompletions, not interceptions, breaking up the second. It was the first of 2 consecutive solid reps for Raikstraw, who followed up the near interception with good coverage to force an incompletion between Goff and Raymond. All right, not just that, all right? We got a new corner in town. He took to saying, hey, I'm telling you right now, this cornerback room is full of dogs. And when he was talking about Andis Raikstraw, he said he's talented as heck. All right. And so that's kind of where he was going with it. So we're hearing from multiple sources, both from a beat writer from SI. We're hearing from one of the DBs himself how good just how good Raikstraw has been. I think this is really good. I'm excited to hear this. And the reason I'm excited to hear this is because I think Andis Raikstraw is a forgotten about man for all of us. He's a forgotten about man for all of us because we got DJ Reed. By the way, DJ Reed is the guy who was talking nicely about Raikstraw. So we bring in DJ Reed and we're like, all right, we're good there. And then you're going to have, on the other side, you're going to probably have Terry and Arnold. And then you're going to have Amick Robertson in the slot. And I think so often we just forget, like, what about Andis Raikstraw? This dude was a 2nd-round pick. All the talent in the world just kept having soft tissue injuries and issues. He could make a huge jump. So that's an unexpected forcing people to pay attention. And there will always, during the course of an NFL season, be at least one, usually multiple cornerback injuries. If you're going into a season with 2 corners, that's good. If you're going in with 3, that's really good. Honestly, you need 4 or 5, especially if you're the Lions. We've seen that happen where it has just been the attrition has been terrible for us in the secondary. All right, the other one that I think needs to take notice. Brian Branch was not playing, and that's okay. That's not a big deal. It's not like he was not there. He was being held out, right? And the starting safety reps opposite of Kirby Joseph were given to Avonte Maddox. Why is this interesting? Avonte Maddox is a 29-year-old corner. 29-year-old corner, and he is playing, and I think he was at Pittsburgh, all right? And he's playing safety in OTAs. I don't know if you'll remember this, but when he first came to the Lions, we just kept signing players, right? Like, we just kept signing players. I'm like, what are they doing? Why do they keep signing players? And he is out of Pittsburgh. He played professionally at Philly. I understand why that could be confusing because it's like, what do you mean Pittsburgh? All right, Steelers. All right, he played college at Pitt. My bad. I just want to make sure I'm clearing that up for everybody. I said with the corners, with all the corners that we're bringing in, I have to wonder if the plan is to play one of these guys at safety. So our cornerback room, I can show it to you right now. There are corners for days. Gavin Holmes, Brian, they put Branch in there. That's not one of them. Khalil Dorsey, Avonte Maddox, Rock Ya-Sin, Andis Raikstraw, Terrion Arnold, DJ Reed, Amik Robertson, Maurice Norris, Stanley Thomas Oliver. That is 10 corners. I can understand 6 making the roster. 5 would be better. But if you have one of those guys like Avonte Maddox that can play safety as well, boom, let's go. Let's get it done. That could be a really, really good thing. I honestly thought it would be Rock Ya-Sin that would play safety. He's a little bit bigger, about 10 pounds heavier, and I thought maybe he would be the guy that would get into the safety side of things. But Avonte Maddox is been a good nickel. I think he could push Amik Robertson, believe it or not, but I think safety could end up being a great thing for him. Honestly, Amik Robertson at safety wouldn't be a horrible thing either. Anyways, I know now I'm just getting into people being like, you're insane. What are you talking about? All right. Now we have a different story for you. And it is the absence of this man, Frank Ragno. And the question we have to ask ourselves is there trouble in paradise right now with Frank? Frank Ragno has been the engine. Maybe you could say the heart. What's the difference, right? The heart's the engine of the body, right, of this offensive line. I think that most of us believe that engine is now Penei Sewell, but it remains to be known that it is very important what Frank Ragno has done for this team. He is a phenomenal center. He is consistently considered the top, and if not the top, a top 3 center in this league for 5 years in a row. Like 4 or 5 years in a row. He has been one of the absolute best centers in the league. He's been on this team a long time, so a lot of us probably think he's 31, 32 years old. He's 29. He's 29 years old. But here's the problem, and here's what people are trying to say. And if you look further down on this story, all right, they're saying that they think, from a player's perspective, Frank Ragno has earned a little bit more money from the work he has put in, from the dedication he showed, from the grit. He's been called one of the old guard, a founding member of this rebuild. So if you're Frank, if you don't get this deal done, you should hold out. Oh, no. That's what a representative would reasonably advise him. Don't risk going out there and getting hurt. Don't risk the potential of going out there and having your career be halted because of a freak injury. All right? Now, Tate Ratledge has been taking first-team center reps. But this is kind of interesting to me. All right? And I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Frank Ragno is in the middle of a contract. It was a long contract that he signed. It was a 4-year, I'm not uber long, $54 million contract. That's an average annual salary of $13.5 million a year. All right? This is interesting to me. His signing bonus was $6 million. $42 million of that $54 million was guaranteed. So you hear this idea of guaranteed money, and I'll show it to you over on another one here, all right? And you see the guaranteed salary for 2025 and 2026 is 0. It's 0. All right? But the dead money is still there. This is the way contracts happen. So I don't know what this writer is talking about. But also, when you look at the guaranteed money, there's something wrong here because he got $42 million guaranteed, but it only has $18 million accounted for. You can have a $6 million signing bonus, but then there's still $18 million that's left. So there is still some guaranteed money on here. Making $14 and $16 million is not bad. If he got hurt today, he still has to get The $42 million, that still is coming to him. He's either made it or he has to make it. That doesn't change. All right? That doesn't change. So I don't know where you stand. I don't know where you stand and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm a little bit on the side of like, you signed a contract. Play it out. Like you knew at the time of the contract what was going to happen. You knew at the time of the contract what was going to happen. So why are we now getting angry about it? Now, if they want to go in and create some more guaranteed money, that's fine. But he still has another 2 years on it. So it also made me wonder, like, all right, he's one of the top centers in the league. Is he being paid like one? And the answer to that question is yes. Yes, he is. He is, when it comes to total value, all right, he is the 4th highest paid center in the NFL right now. When it comes to average per year, he is the 4th highest paid center in the NFL right now. It's not like you can sit here and say he has a contract that isn't equivalent to the type of player he is. It's there. Centers aren't paid the ridiculous money that any other position is. Drew Dahlman just signed with the Bears and got 3 years, $42 million. All right, that he just signed. This contract was signed by Frank Ragno in 2021. This was a huge contract when he signed it. So what's your view? Are you the view of someone who's like, you signed a contract, play on it. You knew it was happening when you signed it. Or do you think there should be a little bit of a compromise because of the wars that Frank Ragno has been through with us? Personally, I'm usually you sign the contract, play for it. But if I'm the Lions and you want to rework the deal to not necessarily add a ton more time onto it, maybe a year, maybe a couple of years, why not right now? Get ahead of it. I don't necessarily have an issue with it, but if you want to increase some more of that guaranteed money and give him another 10 to 12 million in guaranteed dollars so that he doesn't have to worry about that, I understand that to an extent. But the NFL has so many people that are always threatening sitting out. I just didn't expect it with Frank. Like, we hadn't heard anything. And now all of a sudden, 2 years before his contract is up, we're hearing that he might be holding out. It remains to be seen. Frank is a guy who just loves to get away and fish. So maybe it's not as big of a deal as we're making it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Hey, thank you all so much for watching this. If you like it, please hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.